the 7 mistakes stopping you from losing weight. How to fix them today. Mistake number 3, you're not moving enough outside of the gym. What are we talking about here?
So this is a big one that comes into play once again when you start to look at a person's daily energy requirements. For someone that busts their ass in the gym, maybe trains hard for 60 minutes, yet that's 1 hour of 24. For 8 hours of that day, they're sitting in an office. Maybe they're catching the train to work, or maybe they're driving and sitting in traffic for an hour each way.
Yep.
Then they're sleeping for 6 to 8 hours. 1 hour of exercise amongst a 24-hour day, regardless of how hard you're training, isn't a lot of incidental exercise. And this is where we start to talk about the NEAT factor, which is essentially incidental exercise, extra exercise or movement, low intensity movement that you're able to accumulate throughout the day that contributes to overall energy burn. And people very often underestimate, or rather overestimate, their daily activity level. Most people will come in and say, yeah, I'm very active because they train 5 to 6 times a week, yet don't take into account the fact that they've got a sedentary office job.
Yep.
And when we get that number wrong, it affects what our daily calorie target is and negatively impacts our ability to see a shift in whatever result we're working toward. As we know, that 1 hour workout doesn't undo sitting for 10 hours.
Yep.
And as a result, we need to try and educate people. And we've got all these different devices where we can track steps. It's where step counting is actually a benefit. It's come about because of this same very concept. And working toward 10 to 15,000 steps a day has a huge impact on our ability to burn fat and maintain healthy metabolism and everything else that goes along with it.
Yep.
But people, once again, if we don't have an insight into those metrics and we don't have a coach or somebody supporting us toward gaining a greater understanding of it, we miss the mark and we end up flogging ourselves in the gym for no real gain, wondering why we don't get that result.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think a lot of people, when they think about health and fitness, they kind of, they think straight away they've got to have a gym membership or it's got to be tied to something like a gym. But there's so many other areas that we've touched on, the steps. That's something pretty simple, walking to the train station or whatever, walking up the road, walk around the block, taking your dog for a walk, they all count. Other things, maybe signing up to a local basketball or footy team, some extra sport, some hiking on the weekend. All of these things, they all contribute to the overall goal in the end.
You know where it becomes even more relevant, mate? And I'm 40 in July. In your 20s, you can get away with it.
Yeah, that's right.
I could train once a day and I could miss a month's worth of training and in 2 weeks I'll be back to my base and feeling and looking healthy and strong. Nowadays, that incidental exercise is so much more important because my body just doesn't function the same way that it did in my 20s. And for a lot of our members, a lot of our clients are in the same boat. And not just from a movement perspective, but also mentally, we need that outlet. It's healthy for us to be able to walk to and from work. It's healthy for us to be able to get our steps up. It provides another outlet and an opportunity to benefit our overall health. So,
the beauty of the programming and what we offer is that we will take the time, understand where you're at currently, and then we'll provide you with that training plan to get into the gym and to do the stuff that, you want to sweat, throw things around, or you want to do the workouts. But then the other aspect of it is obviously your food, and we look at that side of things and how we can improve that area. But then we also add in there, which you're talking about, the daily habits and those little things that will contribute to those extra things. Maybe it's an extra walk. We can help plan, which is really what that's all about. And then not only that, check up and make sure that you're doing those extra things.
We've got it in front of us. We can see.
Exactly.
You've done 982 steps. 9,820 steps. And you've missed the mark. How come? Okay, we need to work on this. So this week our target's going to be 10,000. Next week it'll be 10.5. And we gradually progress.